run. Oh God. Mate, what's it doing? No. Mate, what is it doing? What is it doing? Is it?
Exploring the unknown is one thing, but going to places known to be dangerous can quickly make you regret your decisions. Tonight, we're diving into several disturbing encounters circulating the internet. Before we begin, a warning. The last story is truly shocking.
What in the fuck was that?
A group of friends decided to explore a tunnel, thinking it'd be just another fun adventure, but it turned into their worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Wait, shh. What the hell? What? Where?
What is that?
I can't see it. Okay, you can't see it on the camera.
From the beginning, the place feels off, creepy, restricted, and unsettling. They hear strange, growing noises echoing through the tunnels, but they decide to push forward. That's when things take a chilling turn.
No.
I can't see.
My God.
I don't know if they can see that. Hold on, let me zoom in. Oh my.
There's a thing standing there. What? That's the thing.
No.
Dude, shoot!
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Dude, focus your line on what the?
What is it?
A figure appears in the darkness, lurking with a slow, unsettling gait. It looks humanoid, but something about its texture and movements makes it feel otherworldly and terrifying.
A shot when we upload it, we swear we are not joking. We are just as freaked out. Holy crap. Alright. Let's just go down this one.
This is the next tunnel.
What is that?
Dude, focus your line on what the?
What is it?
Dude, come on, you're with me. I'm not just right there.
Well, dude. Get the back. Get the back.
No!
Get the back. Get the back. Back up.
What? Go now! Shoot, dude, he's right there. Come on! Lucas, climb the ladder! Go!
I can't wrap my head around why these guys would go back in after seeing that creature, especially when it seemed agitated by their presence. If I were one of them, I'd be out of there, and these friends would be on their own for any future adventures. A homeowner, disturbed by strange activities in their house, decided to investigate with a night vision camera. What they captured will haunt you.
Well, all we can do You just keep going past and see. Whoa! What the hell? Did I just see something, or am I imagining that? I don't know. Let's go. What the hell? I don't know. It was, to me, it looked like a face. Dave?
Did you catch that? Let's pause when the camera pans toward the door. There it is, a creepy face peeking from behind the door for just a split second before disappearing. It has long hair, a narrow face, and it's staring directly at the camera. It's like something out of a sleep paralysis nightmare. The owner was just as shocked, and honestly, I think this could be what's been causing all those noises. Camping is usually a relaxing experience, but not when there are unknown things sharing the woods with you.
You hear it? Get your Austin, get the light.
First, there was this strange knocking sound that kept growing louder, as if something was creeping closer, and then came the eerie vocalizations.
Get my keys. Oh, get ready.
It sounds uncomfortably close, like whoever or whatever is making these noises is lurking nearby, and it's not something they've ever heard before.
Hey! That was not an elk.
He's right. These sounds don't match any typical animal. So who or what was out there with them? To me, it seems like a skinwalker might be behind this, trying to mimic human voices to lure these campers in. Creepy stuff. This video comes from a homeowner who claims she's haunted by a figure that takes the form of her daughter, except it has horns.
Ça marche pas. Ça marche.
It's like stepping into a nightmare. Objects are moving, and the CD player is playing music, even though it doesn't have a CD or batteries in it. Meanwhile, drawers are creaking open, and there's this constant eerie mama sound echoing through the room. We might not see the horned figure, but these strange happenings are more than enough to make anyone uneasy. But there's more to it. This incident occurred a couple of nights later. The mannequin's head seems to turn on its own, staring straight into the camera, as if it's looking into your soul. Those eyes are unsettling. The homeowner says she even called a priest, but they couldn't do anything. If everything she says is true, she might want to consider finding a new place to live. This TikToker's post went viral, after they shared what some are calling the clearest evidence of a ghost ever recorded. Here, we have two photos taken one after the other. In the first, we see a man sitting at a wine auction with his laptop, but in the second photo, a shadowy figure has appeared behind him. The eerie, human-like shape seems to go unnoticed by the man himself. This TikToker explained that she got these photos from a CEO who was at a wine auction in New Orleans. As he took pictures, this figure seemingly appeared from nowhere, sending the TikTok community into a frenzy. What do you think? Is this real, or just another internet hoax? This next one shows an explorer who ends up being chased by the unknown.
What the hell? Is that blood? No way.
At first, it looks like a typical abandoned factory with nothing unusual, but when he reaches the warehouse area, things take a dark turn.
I think it's over here. It's like on this side somewhere. What the f***?
What the f***? Yo! Oh!
A creepy figure appears, forcing the YouTuber to hide and evade this zombie-like individual. What began as an exploration has turned into a terrifying game of hide and seek.
He's gone. Oh my god. Come on this way. Come on this way. I don't think I get through this. We're going through that window that I showed you. Holy shit. Run! Oh god! Leave me alone! Oh god. Okay guys, I need to finish this here. Holy shit. I'm ending it here.
Thankfully, he manages to escape unscathed. But it's terrifying to imagine what could have happened if he hadn't gotten away. Ever find yourself staring at something online, and your brain just can't make sense of it? Well, this video is one of those moments, or maybe even worse. So, what exactly are we looking at? The video shows a group of ostriches, and I'm pretty sure those are some chickens chasing after a truck that's recording all the action. But the weirdest part is what's riding those ostriches. At first glance, it looks like humans are sitting on their backs, but when you look closer, things get really bizarre. These figures wiggle and stretch like they're made of fabric, almost like some kind of strange, stretchy beings. Their shape definitely resembles humans, but there's something off about the texture and size. They also seem to blend in with the ostriches, matching their colors so perfectly that they almost look like they're part of the birds. It's eerily realistic, but there's no way this can be real, right? My gut says it's computer generated because I've seen some of these videos before, and they can be mind-bending like this one. What do you think? If you're anything like me and get the creeps from anything that crawls, then you might want to skip this next video. But if you can handle it, brace yourself. This video was captured by a homeowner who stumbled upon a bizarre swarm of worms that look like they crawled straight out of a science-fi alien movie. In the video, what we see is a thick, writhing line of these creatures, all piled on top of each other. They're nearly see-through, completely transparent, and they move in unison, forming what looks like a long, slithering snake. But what's really going on here? These creepy crawlies are called fungus gnat larvae, and they're moving in what's known as a train formation. It's a fascinating and somewhat rare occurrence, where multiple larvae join together, creating this snake-like procession. They do this not just to move more efficiently, but also to search for a better place to live, as they thrive in moist conditions. It's both mesmerizing and a little unsettling, don't you think? The deep waters of our world hold secrets we've yet to uncover. And I'm pretty sure they're not as calming, just like this thing found in an Indian lake. Did you see that? This video was captured by some villagers who spotted something strange in their local lake. In the footage, we see the water's surface when suddenly, bubbles start forming. Then, out of nowhere, a massive, terrifying head emerges, with what looks like a hand holding its nose. The head also has long black hair, which, combined with all its other features, looks like some kind of monstrous human head straight out of hell. The local villagers are calling this Pandoba, a ghost that lives in their waters, and I can't blame them. It definitely has that vibe. But the skeptic in me can't help but wonder if it's just someone in a large suit. If that's the case, it's all fake. But being underwater in a suit like that, that's no easy feat. Whoever pulled this off, they did an amazing and seriously risky job. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Nature is seriously weird. Not only does it throw us some bizarre phenomena, but sometimes it takes the ordinary and twists it into something so unusual that it shocks our minds, just like in this video. This clip comes from a Japanese seafood market, where they had something really bizarre on display. The cameraman shows us a creature that looks like it could be a rare Pokemon. But when you take a closer look, you realize it's a turtle, with 2 heads and some extra legs. This turtle has 2 fully functional heads sticking out of its shell, each with its own neck and everything, but they share the same lower body. They've got separate front legs, but there are 2 back legs, 1 for each head. It's a rare and strange genetic mutation, and honestly, I have no idea how this turtle manages to walk with all those legs and 2 heads, trying to steer. It's fascinating and a bit mind-bending. Before watching this next video, if you'd asked me to go on a night walk, I'd be all for it. But after seeing this, I'm not even stepping out of my room.
Pero que es, ay madre, no, está moviéndose raro. Dios.
That was horrifying. This video was recorded by a woman taking a night walk on a street in Mexico when she came face to face with what can only be described as a demon. The street is completely empty except for a terrifying figure standing dead center. This being looked like a woman bent backward on all 4s, staring straight at the camera. And to make things worse, it was moving, which means this wasn't some statue or object. This thing was real. You can hear the woman recording the video crying.
Está moviéndose raro. Diosito, Dios mío, ¿qué es eso? Ay no.
Clearly distressed, and honestly, I can't blame her. If I ever saw something like that on my street, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't even be able to make a sound, let alone keep filming. If you're dealing with an ant problem, please call a pest control expert or get some proper ant killer. Just don't do what this guy did. This video comes from a house security camera and was uploaded on Reddit, showing someone trying to exterminate an ant colony in the most reckless way possible. The guy pours BQ gas into the ant nest, and then attempts to light it. He fails the first time, then tries again, and fails again, all while his dogs watch from the sidelines. On his third attempt, the match finally ignites, but not quite as planned. The entire ground erupts with a massive explosion of mud and grass. Seriously, this was a major blunder. Pouring gas into a tiny hole and lighting it. What did he expect to happen? The explosion was like a bomb going off. It's clear this was a disaster waiting to happen. And honestly, his dogs probably had a better sense of what was coming than he did. Some people believe we're living in a matrix, and to back up that theory, they point to all sorts of glitches in reality, like the one captured in this video. That bird is seriously bugging out. This video comes from the Philippines, where a man recorded something really bizarre in the sky. In the footage, there's a bird hovering in mid-air, but it's not flapping its wings or moving at all. It's just stuck there. The bird seems to be stranded, frozen in place. One possibility could be a frame rate mismatch between the bird's wing flapping and the camera's recording rate, though that's pretty unlikely. What's more unsettling is that a mother and her child passing by can be seen looking at the bird in shock, as if this strange phenomenon was visible to the naked eye. I'm leaning towards the idea that it might be some kind of kite, like those odd animal-shaped kites. But then again, how would a kite like this even manage to stay in the air? It's all pretty confusing and definitely makes you wonder. The legend of the Loch Ness Monster has always been a hot topic, with plenty of debate and very little solid proof. Most of the evidence we have is pretty shaky at best, but this video, it's definitely stirring up the river monster debate. This footage comes from the Hawkesbury River in Australia and was uploaded by the Daily Mail, showing what looks like a lake monster caught on camera. In the video, you can see something emerging from the surface of the water. It looks like a creature with a head up front and a long, elongated body trailing behind. The creature surfaces for a bit, almost as if it's peeking out of the water just to say hello, and then the video ends. Now, people online are divided. Some say it's just a piece of driftwood, which is possible. But the way this thing's body reflects sunlight and the shape of its head makes it really hard to dismiss as just a piece of wood. What do you think? Could this be a river monster, or is it just another optical illusion? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. It seems like aliens have a thing for farms and messing with farmers' livestock, because they always seem to be abducting something, just like in this video captured on a farm. A farmer recorded a video of his neighbor's farm after noticing something strange in the sky. In the footage, we see an unknown flying object hovering above the farm with a beam of light shooting down from it. The spaceship has that classic dish shape, but the beam is what really stands out. It's flickering like lightning and making some weird, unsettling noises. Watching this unfold on a quiet farm is downright eerie. The whole scene is creepy, especially when you think about not knowing what that spaceship, or whatever it is up to. Now, imagine you're a farmer and you wake up one morning to find your livestock missing. Then, your neighbor shows you this video. I'm pretty sure sleep would be the last thing on your mind after that. Ever imagined how the end of the world might look? Bet you never thought a bird apocalypse would be the cause.
A mighty rushing wind. Look at that!
This video was captured by a homeowner who witnessed an army of birds descending upon their neighborhood. In the footage, you can see thousands of birds filling the sky, moving in an almost hypnotic formation. They're all following the bird in front of them, creating eerie yet mesmerizing shapes as they fly. It's like watching a living, breathing sea of feathers. The way they move in perfect sync is strangely satisfying, almost like a choreographed dance in the sky. But as cool as it looks, imagine being a kid outside playing while your parents are inside. Suddenly you see this massive flock of birds swirling overhead, blotting out the sky. That's definitely the stuff nightmares are made of. Ever seen a staff member assisting a guest who doesn't seem to exist? That's exactly what this eerie security footage from a hotel shows.
Heart condition, any medical condition, upstairs, get a shower after the drop, and they will contact us. Upstairs is all there.
It's as if the staff is interacting with an invisible guest, someone he can see, but the camera can't capture. Then he shows them to a door and moves over to check something in the lockers. Then the footage cuts to another camera angle, this time focused on a flight of stairs leading to the reception area. Suddenly, a chilling, screeching scream echoes through the air. It's the kind of sound that sends shivers down your spine. Someone from one of the rooms comes out to investigate and heads down the stairs to talk to the staff member. We can't hear what they're saying, but it's clear they're puzzled, probably asking what's going on and who he's speaking to. It starts to dawn on them that the staff might be serving nobody, literally. The whole setting is spooky. The stairway and hallway to the rooms look like a set from a horror movie. Was the staff really seeing something, or someone, that the camera couldn't, and what on earth was making that bone-chilling sound? It's like someone is being tortured and screaming out in pain. In fact, their reaction seems quite underplayed considering that scary sound. Is this real or just a hoax to get some views on the internet? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Okay, this has to be one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
¿Estás segura si eres o no eres? ¿No eres una bruja? Entonces vete, vuela. Vete de aquí.
Look at this bird in the corner. At first glance, it's the size of a large eagle, but it's like no bird I've ever seen before. The person in the clip seems to be asking it something, and here's where it gets bizarre. The bird is shaking its head as if to say no. The man even asks no.
¿Eres o no eres una bruja? ¿No?
And the bird just keeps shaking its head. But that's not all. This bird isn't just acting strange. It looks strange too. Its face has these almost human or ape-like features, and its wings. They look like the scales of an alligator or a crocodile. It's as if this bird is part reptile, part mammal, and part something else entirely. The way it's responding, almost like a pet dog that understands what you're saying, is just mind-blowing. I've never seen any animal other than a dog behave like this. Seriously, what kind of creature is this? It's like nature decided to mix and match features from different species just to mess with us. And it's scary. Driving in heavy rain is already nerve-wracking, but this woman's experience takes it to a whole new level.
Oh, shit!
She's driving along next to a flyover, barely able to see through the downpour. Visibility is terrible. And then, bam. Out of nowhere, something slams into her windshield, covering it completely. What was that? A wooden plank? Maybe a piece of cardboard? The woman's dashcam footage ends, and we switch to her cell phone recording the aftermath. The windshield, shattered.
So, I'm in my car, and the windshield just broke. There's glass everywhere.
There's glass everywhere. She even mentions having some in her mouth. Whatever hit her has blown away, leaving her exposed to the elements. The good news: despite everything, she doesn't seem to be hurt and is doing fine, just a bit shaken up. But let's be real. If something came flying at you like that in the middle of a storm, wouldn't you be? It's a close call that could have ended much worse. No amount of caution is enough against nature's fury. Now, here's a discovery that'll make your skin crawl, especially if you're not a fan of buzzing things.
Here we have a nice wee bee colony up in Inverness. Spare bedroom, double window.
A beekeeper stumbles upon a hidden colony of over 80,000 bees right in the ceiling of a spare bedroom. And get this, the room has a double window, but somehow these bees found a cozy spot above, out of sight. The beekeeper, surprised but unfazed by the massive swarm, explains his plan.
So we'll cut them out. We'll use the old bee vac now to start hoovering them out, get the comb out, and then we'll proof the hole.
He's going to cut the ceiling out, drive the bees out, and then proof the whole ceiling to make sure they don't come back. Sounds like a solid plan. It's a delicate operation, but with the confidence in his voice, you can tell he knows what he's doing. Just think about it, 80,000 bees, all hiding right above your head. I know bees are very important, and we need to keep them safe, folks. But I am not sure I would go exactly to the length of having them in my ceiling. Just imagining it gives me the creeps. I hope I never come face to face with something like that. Here's a scene straight out of a movie.
What the first encounters of the third kind is going on here?
A woman captures some seriously creepy lights flickering in a store. But these aren't just random flickers. The lights seem to be flashing to a rhythm, almost like they're dancing to a tune. The woman sums it up perfectly with her comment, comparing it to encounters of the third kind.
The first encounters of the third kind is going on here.
And honestly, that's exactly what it feels like. Something otherworldly. Is it just a weird electrical glitch? Or is there something more mysterious at play? Could this be some kind of coded message, like in Stranger Things? Is someone or something trying to communicate with us? Maybe our world has its own upside down? How awesome and equally terrifying would that be? Either way, it leaves you wondering, who or what could be behind this eerie display? One side of your building completely covered in strange black creatures. Just look at this. There are so many of them on that wall. It's crawling with these tiny, mysterious creatures. What are they? Baby birds? Maybe bats? It's hard to say, but that dark, shadowy color gives off a seriously eerie vibe. But here's the weird part. When the camera pans around to the other buildings, none of them have these creatures. Not a single one. They're only on this wall. Why? What's drawing them here? It's like one of those horror movies where nature, or perhaps something supernatural, seems to target just one spot. Whatever these creatures are, they've chosen this wall for a reason. And if enough to make anyone uneasy, good luck to this person. This next clip comes from a group of hikers in the mountains of Biokovo, Croatia. They're out exploring the rugged terrain when they capture something truly intense. A rock slide. Yes, That's a stream of rocks gushing down the mountain. You can feel the power and force as the rocks tumble down, creating a river of stone. It's a stark reminder of how unpredictable and dangerous nature can be. Imagine being caught in something like that. It would literally be being stoned to death. Thankfully, it's a small stream and not a full-blown river of stone. If it were, these hikers wouldn't have made it to tell the story or show the video. Imagine arriving at the pristine tourist beach of Destin, expecting a day of sun and relaxation, only to discover a chilling surprise. Hundreds, if not thousands, of sharks spotted in the water that very morning.
Hundreds, if not thousands of sharks were spotted just off the shore this morning near Destin, not far from...
This beach is a popular hotspot, usually teeming with visitors. But what if those sharks had appeared just a few hours later when the beach was packed with people? It's a stark reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk beneath the surface, even in the most idyllic places. Nature's unpredictability can turn a dream vacation into a nightmare in an instant. So next time you're at the beach, remember to stay vigilant, because you never know what might be swimming just below the wave. This next clip is the stuff of nightmares. An encounter that will haunt me for a long time. That was deep and unsettling, enough to make your skin crawl. Did you see that? At the end of the hallway? What or who is that? Why is it peeking so slowly, as if trying to build suspense and fear? It's completely black. Is someone wearing a mask and pulling a prank here? And now it's gone. Our brave man goes to check it out, but no one and nothing is there. Well, there goes my sleep for tonight. What did we just witness? If this was a prank, kudos to those who pulled it off. Production value is top-notch, but if it's not, how am I ever going to be alone again? This clip leaves me with more questions than answers. Was that a poltergeist captured on camera? Or just an elaborate prank? Whatever it was, I just hope our man is safe and has hopefully moved out of that house. Adventures can turn into nightmares and scary close calls, with no one even suspecting such things. Take these cyclists, for instance. They were enjoying their ride through the tunnel until they realized they had messed up badly. As they entered the tunnel, it took them a few seconds to realize that there was a train coming straight towards them.
Come on, Sadie!
Thankfully, they took a U-turn and were out of the tunnel before the train could even touch them. That might be the scariest moment of their lives ever, but luck was on their side that day, so they made it out alive. I personally would be very anxious about going in a tunnel where there is no room to maneuver, and instead would look for alternative routes. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. A homeless man was living in his truck, and the night this clip was recorded, he had parked the truck near the woods and was about to sleep when this happened. First, he heard some noises, and then a creature started peeking into the truck. The creature had the creepiest eyes I had ever seen, looking straight out of a horror movie. And it didn't end there. After taking a peek inside the vehicle, the creature started smashing and hitting the truck. According to the man, there was not only one, but a lot more of the same creatures. What exactly were those? I tend to say that it looks like a mountain lion, but considering the man said there were multiple creatures howling around, I can't say for sure. Mountain lions are not known to hunt in packs. What do you think was going on here? Late night shifts are usually quiet, like the world above is deep in sleep while you're grinding away for those bucks. But it's in those still, silent hours when the unexpected and bizarre tends to creep up, just like what happened to this guy.
Then the guy started whistling and walking towards my friend.
This video comes from a TikTok user whose friend had a strange and terrifying encounter during his night shift. In the clip, we see him in the basement of his store, wearing a headlamp lighting his way. But then, as he pans the camera ahead, the horror reveals itself. An old, creepy man is walking toward him in that dark, empty basement hallway. According to the friend, this old man came out of nowhere, whistling and walking towards him with no apparent reason or explanation. Totally freaked out, the friend carefully backs away as the unknown man continues to approach him. He keeps backing up, terrified, until the video cuts off. It's like something straight out of a horror movie. Where on earth did this old man come from? Had he been living down there all along? Or even worse, was he even human? This is the stuff nightmares are made of. If we dig into history, we unearth countless disasters that send shivers down your spine. But few horrors remain as hauntingly vivid as those left behind by the Chernobyl disaster of April 1986. Among these remnants, none is more terrifying than the infamous elephant's foot. On April 26, 1986, during what was supposed to be a routine low-power test, Reactor 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant spiraled catastrophically out of control. The result was a devastating explosion and a massive fire that obliterated the reactor building, releasing an enormous amount of radiation into the atmosphere. In the immediate aftermath, around 30 people lost their lives due to blast trauma and acute radiation syndrome. But the true nightmare was discovered 8 months later, deep beneath the ruins of reactor number 4. What you're seeing in this clip is a black, lava-like substance, a radioactive mass that emerged like a man-made volcano. Among these deadly formations, one stood out and was ominously nicknamed the elephant's foot due to its resemblance to the massive foot of the animal. You thinking it's just a mass, right? This horrifying creation, when it was first found, emitted between 8,000 to 10,000 Roentgens per hour, enough to deliver a lethal dose of radiation in just 5 minutes. The sheer radiation levels turned the area into a nightmarish hellscape, where even the walls seemed to drip with death. When it comes to disasters, invisible killers like radiation are the most terrifying, and Chernobyl 1986 stands as a grim reminder of just how deadly they can be. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Our man-made structures, like the buildings we live and work in, usually feel like safe havens. Those 4 walls can seem like impenetrable fortresses, until they're not.
Whoa! What? Where's Viv? Where's Viv? Alright, you good? You good?
This terrifying footage, captured on Roy Namur Island and shared on Instagram, offers a harrowing first-person perspective of a catastrophic flood. Inside a seemingly ordinary cafe, a cameraman desperately instructs 2 people to hold the door closed as the first wave of water looms. But before they can react, the floodwaters explode, shattering the door and inundating the cafe in seconds. Amid the chaos, the cameraman frantically checks on everyone's safety, only for another enormous wave to crash through, filling the cafe even more. It's a living nightmare. And then, something even more terrifying happens. The lights go out. The cameraman, realizing the severity of the situation, urges everyone to evacuate. But with a massive flood outside and the building itself filling up, you can't help but wonder, where can they possibly go? Concerned about everyone in the video, I did some digging and was relieved to find out that, thankfully, everyone survived. The injured were taken to the hospital, and now they all have one hell of a story to tell. As vast as our world is, space holds even more mysteries that continue to baffle us. This recent video from Melbourne might just be one of those unexplained phenomena.
That's crazy, man.
This intriguing footage was captured by an apartment owner in Melbourne during a morning stroll on his terrace. While enjoying the view, he noticed something strange in the sky that he couldn't quite explain. The video shows an extremely bright, vertical object hovering in the sky. At first glance, it appears to be the sun, but as the cameraman zooms in, it becomes clear that this isn't your typical sunrise. The object looks more like a glowing vertical beam, or perhaps even a mystical lantern suspended in midair. Naturally, this video has sparked a flurry of speculation. Some viewers have even suggested that this could be related to Project Bluebeam, a conspiracy theory claiming that high-ranking officials are secretly working on a project to simulate an artificial religious event. But before we dive too deep into conspiracy theories, it's worth considering a more down-to-earth explanation. It's possible that this is simply a trick of the light. Perhaps the sun distorted by the camera's lens, or a glitch in its ability to capture light correctly. After all, it is broad daylight, and the sun can sometimes play tricks on our eyes and technology. This next video from Waitsfield, Vermont, is a stark reminder that while water is essential for life, it can also be terrifyingly unpredictable, especially when it comes to flash floods. This footage was captured by a local in Shepherd's Brook during what was supposed to be a peaceful hiking adventure. The video starts off with the person standing calmly over a small river, which at first appears tranquil and low. But suddenly, a massive wave of water surges in, quickly followed by icy torrents that grow bigger and bigger with every passing second. Before long, the water swells to such a height that it nearly reaches the cliff where the cameraman is standing. This video is a chilling reminder of how dangerous flash floods can be. One moment, everything seems perfectly calm, and the next, you're fearing for your life as the water rises with unstoppable force. Some comments on the video suggest that this could have been caused by an ice jam, a blockage of ice that suddenly gives way, releasing a flood. Whether it was an ice jam or not, one thing is clear: water can be as ferocious as it is essential. If you're looking to unwind and breathe deeply, I highly recommend a nice, refreshing hike. But always stay alert. This eerie video comes from June 2011 in Norway, where a hiker claims to have captured footage of two alien creatures lurking in the jungle. As the video begins, we see a foggy, dense forest. The cameraman zooms in, and in the distance, a mysterious figure starts to take shape within the mist. Then, as he pans the camera to the side, another similar figure appears. When the video is zoomed in and slowed down, the figures become even more intriguing. They resemble hunched human forms, but the pronounced hunch and the head shape are distinctly alien. eerily similar to the stereotypical alien images we've all seen online. The thick fog and grainy video quality obscure many details, but what we can see looks exactly like how you'd imagine an extraterrestrial to look. So what do you think? Is this just a trick of the light, or could these figures be something out of this world? Are you a believer in portals and alternate dimensions? If you're one of those who think there's more to reality than meets the eye, this camera glitch might just be for you. This video, captured by a security camera in the dead of night, appears to show a real-life portal opening up right next to a house. In the footage, a strange, bright light suddenly appears near the wall and starts to morph into what looks like a portal. The light fluctuates, growing larger, then smaller, before flaring up again in a brilliant display. It's easy to see why someone might think this was a gateway to another dimension. But before you start making plans to explore the multiverse, the reality is a bit less fantastical. This was actually just a camera malfunction caused by a fluctuating light, likely due to some electrical issues in the area. If you're skeptical and thinking this might be computer-generated imagery, take a closer look. You can actually see the light reflecting off the surroundings, brightening and dimming as the portal pulses. There's a fine line between bravery and recklessness, but some people don't just cross that line, they shatter it into the sky like this guy. Yep, he actually did that. This video was shot by a group of friends on a boating trip, but one of them decided to take things to a whole new level of alpha male. In the video, as they're casually recording their trip, one of the guys suddenly appears out of nowhere, holding a baby shark in his hands. Why? We have no idea. But then, this guy goes full-on wild, cradling the shark like it's a newborn and jumps straight into the ocean with it. The video cuts off there, leaving us all with one big question. Sure, it might look cool for a split second, but let's be real, jumping into the ocean with a baby shark while wearing just a tank top. That's some next level crazy. Ancient architecture is truly a sight to behold, a blend of craftsmanship, art, and engineering that we can all admire even without knowing much about it. But with age comes fragility. And unfortunately, that means these masterpieces can crumble when we least expect it. This video comes from China, where a TikTok user captured the heartbreaking moment an ancient bridge met its tragic end. In the footage, we see a classic old arch bridge spanning a river, its weathered stones and distorted structure, a testament to its age. But suddenly, the bottom part of the bridge gives way, collapsing into the water below. Within seconds, another massive section crumbles, leaving behind nothing but the skeletal remains of what once was. The aftermath is jarring. It looks like a scene from a war zone, with the bridge's ruins scattered in the water. Watching this piece of history disappear is profoundly sad, as these historical bridges are more than just structures. They're the embodiment of the wisdom and ingenuity of ancient architects. I love exploring lesser-known places because they often hold the undisturbed beauty of nature. But sometimes, along with that beauty, you might stumble upon something you weren't supposed to see. This eerie video was recorded by a vlogger visiting a remote part of Northumberland's coastline. as he films the beach from a bushy area. Everything seems calm, but as he starts walking back, something unsettling happens. Out of nowhere, a mysterious figure emerges from behind the bushes in the background. This being was completely black, with a humanoid walk and posture. The moment the vlogger and his cameraman noticed it, they bolted, ending the video abruptly. The creature that appeared was unlike anything they had ever seen. Jet black, somewhat resembling a Bigfoot, but with a different height and body stature. Viewers of the video have speculated that it might be an alien, but I'm not so sure. It doesn't fit the typical image of aliens we've seen online. So the real question is, what on earth was that creature? We all whistle from time to time, whether we're walking, doing chores, or just lost in thought. It's usually harmless, right? Well, that might be true, unless you live near the Appalachian Mountains. Did you catch those eerie whistles? This chilling video was recorded by a homeowner living near the Appalachian Mountains, and it reveals something unsettling. In the footage, you can see the homeowner working on their laptop in their bedroom. Everything seems normal until you hear a strange sound. A low, almost haunting whistle coming from outside. You can hear the clicking of the keyboard, but underneath it, those unsettling whistles persist. Whistling might seem innocent enough, but not in the Appalachian Mountains. There's an old saying that whistling in these mountains can attract unwanted guests. Cryptids, to be exact. It's believed that these mysterious creatures also use whistles to lure their prey outside, leading to terrifying encounters. I used to whistle all the time, but after watching this video, I think I'll stick to staying silent. If someone told you they saw an alien driving a car on their way home, would you believe them? Probably not, right? Well, that's where cameras come in handy. They capture the unbelievable, just like this family did.
What is that? I can't taste it for now.
This video was recorded by a family on a drive when they spotted a highly unusual driver in the car behind them. In the clip, the camera is focused on the road, while you can hear the family in the car buzzing with excitement and shock over something they've just seen. Suddenly, the reason for their astonishment becomes clear as the car behind them speeds up, revealing the driver, a figure that looks like an alien. As the car pulls into view, you get a good look at the driver's seat, and there it is. An alien-like being at the wheel, with a head that looks straight out of a science fiction movie. The driver resembles some kind of alien robot. Now, let's be real. It's just some guy wearing an alien mask. But the way he's completely focused on driving, paying no attention to the world around him, makes the whole scene surprisingly convincing. And more than a little funny. This family definitely has a wild story to tell around the campfire now. Nature can be full of mysteries, but sometimes it has a playful side, surprising us with the most unexpected sights. Like this cartoonish-looking fish caught by a group of fishermen.
Hey guys, you wanna go fishing? We'll go fishing, okay?
Believe it or not, that's not a creature from a Disney movie. It's a real fish. In the video, you can see the cameraman holding this fish in his hands, and it looks downright goofy. The fish has these big, googly eyes and a face that's almost puppy-like in its weirdness. The rest of the fish is pretty typical, with fins, a tail, and all the usual fishy features, but that face, it's hilarious. You can hear the cameraman and his friends laughing at the sight because it's just so goofy. It's likely that this fish has some sort of genetic mutation, causing its eyes to pop out like that. It's definitely strange, but I have to admit part of me kind of wants to keep this fish as a pet. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Beaches are usually a place to relax and soak up the sun, but this family's day at a Texas beach quickly turned into a tarnished nightmare.
At some point, and so all of us have oil. Let me see your foot, babe. All over our body here in South Padre.
This clip was captured by a family enjoying their day at a Texas beach when they encountered something strange in the water. In the video, the woman behind the camera shows her husband, who has just come out of the water with a mysterious black oil-like substance stuck to his foot. She then pans the camera to another family member, who also has the same sticky black stuff on their hands. They initially think it's from an oil spill in the water. However, after digging into some comments, I found out that it's not oil. It's tar, and it's been a problem at this beach for a couple of weeks now. So, where did this tar come from? The thick, black deposits that sometimes wash up on beaches and float in the ocean are actually natural seepages from the ocean floor known as tar or rock oil, a type of petroleum. While brief contact with small amounts of tar usually isn't harmful, some people are particularly sensitive to the hydrocarbons found in crude oil and petroleum products. Fortunately, this family wasn't in any serious danger, unless one of them happened to have a sensitivity to it. That was way too close. This video comes from Russia, where a driver spotted a wild bear roaming and unbelievably decided to take a picture with it. In the video, we see one of them actually getting out of the car and attempting to offer the bear a handshake. When you truly love someone, you'll go to extraordinary lengths to protect them. But what this man did for his girlfriend goes beyond what even the bravest among us might dare.
Get back! Get back! Get back! No! No!
This wild footage, captured by a home security camera, shows a heart-pounding encounter between a brave man and a bear. In the video, you can see the boyfriend tugging at his dog's leash, frantically screaming as something off camera is chasing them. The dogs are equally terrified, barking nervously as the tension builds. Then, the source of their fear emerges, a bear. But instead of fleeing like most would, this man does the unthinkable. He steps up and slaps the bear hard. Incredibly, it works. The bear retreats, clearly not expecting this kind of reaction. But the story doesn't end there. After the bear backs off, the man grabs a shovel and bangs it against a metal object, creating a loud, jarring noise to make sure the bear doesn't come back. It's clear that his intense love for his girlfriend and his loyalty to his dogs fueled this fearless act. Talk about a heart of steel. If you live in Montreal, you might want to watch your step around manhole covers, especially during the rain. They've been acting pretty strange lately. That's a 100-pound manhole cover moving like it's weightless. This video captures a bizarre scene where a manhole cover in the middle of the road is behaving in a way you'd never expect. It's being lifted off its base as if it's made of plastic. The air pressure coming from below is so intense that it's pushing up that heavy cover like it's nothing. What's happening here is that these manholes, when empty, are actually filled with air. When rainwater floods in quickly, the air has to escape somewhere, and that creates a powerful force that can turn a heavy manhole cover into a dangerous projectile. So, if you ever see something like this, don't just stand there recording it like the lady in the background and the cameraman in this video. That pressure could surge at any moment, launching the manhole cover like a cannonball in any direction. Dolls are a classic vessel for paranormal activity. Their blank stares and uncanny stillness make them the perfect targets for ghostly possession. This video is a chilling example. This video was uploaded on TikTok, where a curious homeowner decided to use a pulse oximeter on a doll they bought for their daughter. What happened next is the stuff of nightmares. In the video, you can see the pulse oximeter clipped on the doll's hand, and to the father's shock, it actually registers a pulse. That's right, a lifeless doll showing a pulse on the meter. Creepy, right? Is this doll alive, or is something else going on here? If we're being logical, the most likely explanation is that the pulse was picked up from the homeowner themselves, especially if they were touching the doll. It's possible the meter somehow registered the human's heartbeat through contact, or maybe the pulse oximeter was malfunctioning. But honestly, who cares about logic when the result is this terrifying? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Imagine a peaceful getaway in the heart of nature. But what happens when nature decides to come knocking on your door? This homeowner got a surprise they won't soon forget.
Sam isn't just bananas. Yes.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
That thing is monstrous. This wild footage comes from a homeowner who, during what seemed like an ordinary morning, got the shock of their life when they found this giant serpent lounging on their porch. You can see this hefty snake slithering around, struggling to keep its grip on the slippery wooden surface. It's all gritty and determined, clearly a bit out of its element. Now, our brave homeowner decides to take matters into their own hands, chasing the snake off the porch and back into the bushes. I gotta say, that was a pretty risky move. One wrong turn, and that snake could have easily slithered right into the house. Luckily, the story ends well. The snake slips away into the wild without causing any more trouble. But seriously, can you imagine finding a beast like this on your porch? What would you have done? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The alien debate has been around for ages, sparking intense discussions and endless speculation. With countless pieces of evidence scattered across the internet, it feels like we've seen it all. But every now and then, something truly unexpected surfaces like this video. This eerie footage comes straight from TikTok, where a user shared a jaw-dropping discovery they made in their backyard, hidden beneath a pile of branches and twigs. As the camera zooms in, the scene gets chilling. The creature looks like it's been there for ages, with mushrooms sprouting from its head, adding to the unsettling vibe. Its appearance is eerily similar to the stereotypical aliens we've all seen online, with the big head and hauntingly familiar features. But I've got to admit, I'm a bit skeptical about this one. It seems almost too perfect to be real. I did some digging and found another video showing a similar figure supposedly discovered in a forest, perched on a tree. My hunch? This might just be a cleverly crafted 3D-printed model. But hey, that's just me speculating. If it's not fake, then we might have to seriously reconsider what we believe about these creepy beings lurking out there. Our world is a delicate balance between the seen and the unseen, with time itself serving as the barrier that keeps them apart. But every now and then, that barrier shatters, and when it does, strange things like this could happen. This chilling footage was captured by a home security camera while the homeowner was casually working on his laptop, his dog resting peacefully by his side. In the video, as they're enjoying a quiet night, something eerie glides past the background window. The homeowner catches a glimpse of it from the corner of his eye, and that's when the real terror begins. Startled by what he saw, the homeowner bolts out of his chair, grabbing his dog, and dashes into the bedroom, heart pounding. What was it? The figure seemed ghostly. Pale face, dark body slipping right by the window. The sight left the homeowner rattled, not just because of what he saw, but because of the unsettling question that now lingers. How do you deal with a trespasser you're not even sure you can report to the police? If you suffer from ophidiophobia, the fear of snakes, you might want to skip this next video. But if you're feeling brave, get ready for something truly wild. What you just witnessed wasn't a scene from a cartoon. It was real-life footage of snakes peeking out from their den. In the clip, we see a group of baby snakes cautiously emerging from a hole in the ground, their tiny heads raised in curiosity, eyes wide as they take in their new world. The mother snake, possibly a garter snake, judging by her distinctive coloring, lurks partially visible in the background, keeping a watchful eye on her brood. This scene is a mix of the adorable and the unnerving, capturing the delicate balance between the innocence of new life and the underlying potential for danger. These snakes, like many others, seek shelter in dens known as hibernacula to survive the harsh winter month. These refugees could be anything from abandoned animal burrows to holes in the ground, or, in some unsettling cases, even someone's basement. Spotting a bug after rain is pretty normal, right? But nothing feels normal when you come across a concrete post straight from the depths of hell. The photo you just saw was taken after a flood, capturing a sight that's both unsettling and mesmerizing. A concrete post completely covered in a dense, writhing mass of worms, likely millipedes or centipedes. These creatures are squirming and wriggling all over each other, creating a scene that looks disturbingly alien. The post is partially submerged in water, suggesting that these worms were likely displaced from their natural habitat by the flood or some other environmental upheaval. The sight is downright grotesque, as if the post has become a breeding ground for some nightmarish alien parasite. Just imagine accidentally placing your hand on top of this living, crawling mass. I'd probably leave my hand behind and run for my life. This next video comes straight from TikTok, uploaded on June 9th, 2023, and it's been leaving people scratching their heads ever since.
You hear that?
Yeah, that's weird.
We're in Toronto, Canada, and there's this weird sound in the sky. Hear that?
Sounds familiar. This eerie footage was recorded by a homeowner in Toronto, Canada, who was startled one morning by strange noises coming from the sky. In the video, you can hear him mentioning that he's been hearing these sounds for a while now, and they resemble trumpets being played from above, almost as if they were coming from heaven itself.
What is it?
The haunting sounds persist for a full 2 minutes, seemingly originating from the sky. Viewers of the video are divided. Some believe it's one of the 7 trumpets, signaling something biblical, while others take a more rational approach, suggesting it might be metal scraping against concrete, possibly from nearby construction. Another theory is that it's just the natural sounds of the earth, or perhaps a metal structure, like a bridge creaking under stress. Whatever it was, one thing's for sure, I wouldn't want to wake up to that sound any morning. Snakes are downright terrifying. No matter the species, they all have that fear factor. But every now and then, you stumble upon one that's actually kind of... Isn't that adorable? This video comes from a TikTok user showing off his pet snake. The snake is tiny, slithering around in the camera view on the owner's hand, its patterns creating a mesmerizing spectacle. But don't be fooled by its size. This little guy is feisty, striking out with surprising agility. Despite its small size, this snake is showing some serious attitude. But what species is it, you ask? This is a small eastern hognose snake. Eastern hognose snakes aren't dangerous to people or pets, though they do produce a mild venom used to subdue their prey. This venom is delivered through two enlarged teeth at the back of their upper jaw. However, bites from eastern hognose snakes are extremely rare, so there's no need to worry about this cute little guy. We've all tried some pretty unconventional dishes while traveling through different cultures and countries. But have you ever considered tasting a mutated alien bird? What in the world is this? This video was shared by an anonymous user on X, showcasing some seriously creepy cooking skills. In the video, we see a bizarre creature sizzling away in a frying pan, and it's enough to give anyone nightmares. From the bottom, it looks like some sort of bird, but when you get to the face, things take a terrifying turn. It has two disturbingly human-like eyes, and its mouth, don't even get me started. It looks like something straight out of a monster movie. I honestly can't even begin to figure out what on earth this creature could be. Is it some kind of mutated bird? An alien experiment gone wrong? Your guess is as good as mine. If you have any idea what this guy is cooking, please let the rest of us know down in the comments, because this is one mystery that needs solving. The Soviet Union was a period of significant scientific advancement, but it also witnessed some deeply disturbing experiments. One such project, carried out by a so-called mad scientist, was nothing short of an abomination. What you're seeing isn't a trick. It's the result of a Soviet experiment from 1950, a two-headed dog created by Demikov. He took a German shepherd named Brodiaga and a smaller dog named Shavka, using Brodiaga as the host and attaching Shavka's head and neck. The procedure was nightmarish. Shavka's lower body was amputated, and her upper body was attached to Brodiaga's neck. The surgery involved intricate vascular reconstruction and stitching their vertebrae together with plastic strings, taking just 3.5 hours. Once brought back to life, both heads could see, hear, and eat. Shavka's head could even drink, though what she drank spilled out through a tube, as she wasn't connected to Brodiaga's stomach. These poor creatures lived for 4 agonizing days before a damaged vein ended their lives. Incredibly, one of Demikov's two-headed dogs survived for 29 days. This disturbing experiment serves as a chilling reminder of the extreme lengths the Soviet regime went to in the name of scientific progress, pushing the boundaries of ethics and humanity to terrifying extremes. While fake horror videos can often be dismissed with a sigh of relief, this one is a different story. Even though it's entirely fictional, this chilling clip depicting a supposed Skeep 96 containment chamber will leave you with nightmares. This unsettling footage, uploaded to YouTube, presents what looks like a grim Skeep 96 containment chamber. Barely furnished with just a bed and some ominous red liquid smeared on the floor. The madness escalates as it hunches behind the bed and shoves it aside, only to collapse on the floor in a fit of erratic behavior. Although it's all computer-generated imagery, the very thought of the mind behind this creation is enough to give you nightmares. Even knowing it's fake, I can't help but hope that whatever nightmare this video conjures up stays firmly locked away in that room where it belongs. We all loved the Black Panther movie. The hidden world of Wakanda in Africa was nothing short of spectacular, and the concept of vibranium powering it all was incredibly cool. But what if I told you that this concept might have a real-world counterpart? Well, sort of. In this video, a YouTuber showcases some truly strange stones they found in Congo. Stones that apparently have the ability to store electricity. These stones bear an uncanny resemblance to the fictional vibranium from the Black Panther movie. The YouTuber demonstrates this power by touching two of the stones together, causing a spark to ignite. Even more astonishingly, the stones generate enough voltage to perform welding tasks. The potential implications of such a discovery are profound. If these stones could truly solve the world's energy crisis, it would be a game changer. However, a wave of skepticism has arisen surrounding these so-called vibranium-like stones. While some stones are known to conduct electricity, there's no concrete evidence that any can store it. If this were a genuine breakthrough, it would undoubtedly be making headlines globally. So, while the video is undeniably intriguing, the fact that someone is using these rocks for welding remains puzzling. Is this a genuine scientific breakthrough or just an elaborate hoax? Either way, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. This next video is something straight out of a deep-sea horror story. It comes from a group of Indonesian fishermen who hauled in a catch that looks like it came from another world entirely.
Guys, ada saya punya taripang. Ini penam taripang nanas. Jadi pemodel itu kayak nanas guys, kami lihat.
In the footage, a female fisherman proudly presents this bizarre creature they pulled from their net. From the moment you lay eyes on it, you know something's off. This thing has a long, leathery body with no clear signs of fins, arms, legs, or even a tail. It's just this elongated, mysterious mass. Its skin has a bumpy, almost wrinkled texture, and it's huge, especially when you compare it to the girl standing next to it. She then places it on a table and flips it over to reveal its underside, which looks like, well, like a carpet. And just when you think it can't get any weirder, she shows us its mouth. And that's when things go from strange to downright eerie. I was scratching my head, trying to figure out what on earth this creature could be. Thankfully, after some internet sleuthing, I discovered that this unsettling specimen is actually a sea cumber. Who knew? Right. The texture, shape, and color all match up with what we know about these fascinating, if somewhat unsettling, sea creatures. Sea cucumbers have long, cylindrical bodies, and many species have this bumpy, almost hairy appearance that makes them look like something out of a science fiction movie. I never thought I'd be this creeped out by something named after a vegetable, but here we are. The ocean really is full of surprises. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. There are countless videos floating around the internet, each claiming to capture an unknown flying object soaring through the sky. But how many of them are genuinely believable? Well, here's one that's certainly worth a second look.
La verdad es que no se puede apreciar. Voy a tratar de... Ya se fue, ya lo perdí.
Let me tell you, it's pretty weird. This thing looks like a giant flower-shaped piñata hovering in the sky. People were freaking out, thinking it was some kind of alien threat. Now, I'm all for a good conspiracy theory, but I'm leaning towards the idea that this might be a drone or some kind of costume kite. Modern drones come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, after all. But again, the size of this thing. It looks either really huge and far away, or it's quite small and close, like just a drone. The ambiguity of its size leaves us with more questions than answers. Whatever it is, it's definitely strange. And it's got me wondering, what else is out there? Ever find yourself wondering what the monsters in your sleep paralysis, nightmares might actually look like? Brace yourself. This video was also uploaded to a Facebook page called Unreal AI, and it claims to show an alien monster lurking in a lake. What we see is truly unsettling. The camera view captures the serene surface of the lake, but just beneath, a massive creature with an alien-like head and body emerges. The way it peers out, staring directly into the camera, is the stuff of nightmares. And just when you think it couldn't get any creepier, as the video nears its end, the creature suddenly flips back into the water, only to resurface with its head now enormous and practically in our face. It's the kind of eerie moment that stays with you. But before you lose your mind, here's the catch. This isn't real. It's a generated video. Still, the fact that we can conjure up something so terrifying is pretty concerning. If artificial intelligence can create things like this, what's next? It definitely gives you something to think about. On an ordinary Saturday morning, in March 2014, something extraordinary happened when a trail cam known as Leachman's Tree Cam captured a video that's now causing quite a buzz on the internet. Take a look for yourself. Did you see that? This footage comes straight from Leachman's Tree Cam, and it appears to have captured a real-life yowie casually strolling through the jungle. In the video, you can spot a small creature swaying side to side, all caught in the eerie glow of the camera's night vision. This creature may be small, but its shape is strikingly similar to the typical yowie descriptions we've all seen online. And those eyes, shining brightly, reflecting the flashlight, add a whole new level of creepiness. What's interesting is that it doesn't seem to notice the tree cam at all. The individuals who uploaded this video are yowie hunters themselves. They had strategically placed a few apples as bait, and it looks like their plan worked. They managed to capture this mysterious creature on camera, adding yet another chapter to the legend of the yowie. There are countless great folktales out there, but none quite compare to the chilling Mexican legend of La Llorona. And guess what? This man has footage that might just prove she's all too real.
Ay, no manches. ¿Qué pedo? Ay, ¿dónde estás que no te veo, Llorona?
This video was recorded by a homeowner in the dead of night when they were startled by the sound of crying coming from the street. As the camera pans over the empty roads, you can clearly hear it. A haunting wail that sounds like a woman crying her heart out. It's so intense that even the street strays are freaking out, running around, as if they're trying to escape the terrifying sound. According to the man who recorded and uploaded this to TikTok, that bone-chilling cry belongs to none other than the infamous La Llorona. For those unfamiliar with the legend, La Llorona is a vengeful ghost from Mexican folklore, said to wander near bodies of water, mourning the children she drowned in a jealous rage after discovering her husband's infidelity. The story goes that anyone who hears her cry is doomed to misfortune or even death, with their life spiraling into failure. So now that we've all heard her cry, does that include us as well? For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.